So, one thing about community access and community engagement, we learned some pretty huge lessons from the COVID pandemic. And it's not that we didn't already know that the public enjoyed coming to Cuyahoga Valley National Park. What COVID taught us is they really need to come to Cuyahoga Valley National Park. And we provide a vital service to the public in being able to be outside, being able to enrich their emotional well-being, their sort of just enrich their souls and let them escape those stresses of the everyday life in their homes, in their cities, in their communities, as well as escaping the feeling safe in an environment of high risk of exposure to COVID. So we had record-setting visitation. We were valued by ever greater numbers of people and more communities that we hadn't been reaching as well before.
Really, so that's an interesting point. And I know you run in national circles with the National Park Service. I do too, with the network of friends groups. One of the things that I find so interesting is that nationally we're well known. We are well thought of as an urban national park, as a park that has high visitation, and we're known for our creative programming and our creative connections. And sometimes I find that we're better known nationally than we are locally. I still have people locally that say, there's a national park in Ohio, or where is it that you work? And yet, in my national circles, people really look up to Cuyahoga Valley National Park as a leader. Can you talk a little bit about that, and how can the park and park partners really live into the potential that we have as a national leader in servicing urban communities?
That's been a piece of fuel for me. That has been something that has motivated me to take this. That's another piece of the motivation for me to take this position, because it's really kind of a point of pride almost, is that I want, as we enter our 50th year and beyond, I want the local community, the local communities between Canton, Akron, Cleveland, Mentor, all of Northeast Ohio to know and value their national park in this region. We were born from a movement that brought the National Park Service to city centers or urban, higher populations from the country. And we need to make good on that. We really need to bring national park experiences to this population center.
I think that's right. And one of my favorite things to do now and then is to walk through the parking lot of the visitor center. And it fascinates me how many out-of-state cars there are, license plates there are, and we are attracting people from around the country. And our staff that work in the visitor center and work in the Trummick stores say that people from out of state are just gush about this park, just gush about how beautiful it is, how much there is to do, how wonderful a vacation they can have because they can enjoy the urban resources here in both Akron and Cleveland, as well as a national park experience, and that's pretty unique around the country. Again, I think locally we don't appreciate that as much as people nationally do. And I also say kudos to your staff, our staff, who are so creative in their programming and have developed so many ways to engage the public that are unique and different from some other national parks.